भुनक्तु सवीर्यं करवावहै तेजस्विनावधीतमस्तु मा विद्विषावहै। ओम शांति शांति शांति। ओम नमो ब्रह्मादिभ्यो ब्रह्म विद्या संप्रदाय कर्तृभ्यो वंश ऋषिभ्यो महद्यो नमो गुरुभ्यः निधये सर्वविद्यानां विषजे भवरोगिणां गुरवे सर्वलोकानां दक्षिणामूर्तये नमः। येरिमे गुरुविः पूर्वं पदवाक्यप्रमाणतः व्याख्याता सर्ववेदान्ताः तान् नित्यं प्रणतोऽस्म्यहं। श्रुतिस्मृतिपुराणानामालयं करुणालयं नमामि भगवत्पादशङ्करं लोकशङ्करम्। ओम भवता जनता सविता भविता निजबोधविचारणचारुमते कलयेश्वर जीव विवेकविदं भवशङ्कर देशिकमे शरणम्। समस्त ब्रह्म विद्याचार्येभ्यो नमः। मंडूकमहर्षे गौडपादाचार्यवर्याय आद्य शंकराचार्यवर्यादि गुरुभ्यो नमः। अस्मद्गुरुभ्यो नमः। अथ अथर्ववेदान्तर्गत माण्डुक्योपनिषत् शान्तिमन्त्रः। ओम भद्रं कर्णेभिः शृणुयाम देवाः भद्रं पश्येमाक्षभिर्यत्राः स्थिरैरङ्गैः स्तुष्टुवागंसस्तनूभिः व्यशेम देवहितं यदायुः। स्वस्ति न इन्द्रो वृद्धश्रवाः स्वस्ति न पूषा विश्ववेदाः स्वस्ति नस्तार्क्ष्योरिष्टनेमिः स्वस्ति नो बृहस्पतिर्दधातु। ओम शांति शांति शांति। ओम अथ अलात शांत्याख्य चतुर्थ प्रकरणम्। हरि ओम। भगवत गुरुओं के चरण में लेट अस डू सैल्यूटेशंस। नाउ वी आर इनटू द अलात शांति। All the world which is seen is being discussed to prove that it is though very clearly seen, but it is abhasa matra. What is the arrival conclusion is it is abhata, like the rujuvakradi abhasa. Neither there is a dravya in it other than Paramatma, nor it has come from Paramatma or entered into him, nor it came from anywhere else or goes anywhere, but just appears. But like the children give value to those Rujuvakra Abhasa and get playing into that, taking it as if reality, we also in so many lives have mistrained, misguided ourselves to take these Abhasas, appearances as real, and we are fully indulging in them. And what is the technique we used for it is Hetuphala Avesha. Hetuphala Vada Avesha, insistence on that alone has made as if the creation is there in which I am doing something and something coming to me. At the absolute level, neither anything else is required, nor anything else need to be created, nor even creation possible also. That is what the logic is explaining. Now, one hint what we have to give before we enter into class is what? Even though we are becoming stronger in this knowledge that Brahma alone is Satya, nothing other than real, yet as regard the Vyavahara is concerned, the effortlessness as we had earlier and also doing it without any too much of importance given, that should continue. Just चल रहा है व्यवहार चले दो, बट तत्व ज्ञान बढ़ रहा है. It's becoming subtler, the conviction. Okay, that subtle conviction is enough. Then all the gross things जो करना है नहीं करना उतना ज़्यादा मायना नहीं रखता, ज़्यादा अटेंड मत करना उसको. Now here we saw yesterday, समृत्या जायते सर्वम शाश्वतं नास्ति तेन वै सद्भावेन हि अजं सर्वम उच्छेदस्तेन नास्ति वै. These two are interesting logics. One is samvrutya jayate sarvam. Hetu phalavada, how come it is there in the one without Atma, which is your theme? This is what asked by Purvapakshi in the earlier shloka. He says, Vaya, the Hetu phalavada, samvrutya jayate. Samvarna means it's only by choice, it is only under the influence of avidya that Hetu phalavada is appearing only, not created or not really there. You know, this is such a subtle thought, I tell you. Wherever we are expecting phala, then we imagine the hetu. But if we can reject the phalavada, hetu also goes away. In fact, many of the phalavadas we can drop, we can reduce our dependencies on the hetu. Is it not? Like I can cook at my home and eat. So eating is required, the phala, but hetu I can cook. But if I don't limit myself like this, For the sake of food, I have to find so many hetus of the world. The hotel should be there, that restaurant should be there, ये should be, वो should be. ये सारे क्या ना expanded चीजें हो गए. But if I reduce the falavad, okay, I don't know all that, I can be sufficient in my own home cooking. All those extra efforts go away from my life. Falavad ghatao, hetavad ghatta hai, and so much of falavada you can reduce. Falavada is equal dependency on the world. Is it not? Then further you do the hetu and all. And most of things, this corona time especially has proved to us that to live life, you didn't even need to go out also. You need some money, for that you can be at home and work. Many lakhs and lakhs or crores of people in the whole world worked from home and got the salary to home. From the home, they ordered the things required, home delivery came. They revealed no need to go anywhere. In that also, many people avoided contacts, avoided meetings, avoided eatables, avoided going to different places. All that proved what? So much of Falavada was there, because of which the Hetus of the entire materialistic world is developed. If you reduce the Falavada, Hetuvada reduces. That's a great joy. The great achievement, in fact, great maturity it is. And the spiritual highest maturity is what? Heduvalavada, like yesterday, what a beautiful way Bhagavad said. Bhagavan Krishna said, Jnani nahatu ahameva ishtaha, ahameva hetuhu, ahameva swa artaha, ahameva sammataha. Ahameva ishtaha, ahameva arthaha, ahameva hetuhu, ahameva sammataha. Therefore, he is a hetu phalavada about the world is reduced. Whatever I want, my Lord, बस संसार ही खत्म हो गया उसको. Hope you are understanding. So here the sequence of thought is samvritya jayate sarvam. No, samvritya jayate means because of ignorance it is imagined only. Therefore, shashvat nasti tena vai. Therefore, all the hetu phalavada which is manifested or imagined or created because of samvriti, that is avidya. When the vidya comes, that goes away. Therefore, it is not shashvata. समृद्धि से जनित हेतु फलवाद आपको बताने के लिए हम कह रहे हैं, लेकिन हमारे तरफ से तो है ही नहीं है. फर्स्ट ऑफ ऑल, अगर दिख भी रहा है तो शाश्वत नहीं है वो, बिकॉज इट इज फ्रॉम समृद्धि. सेकंड थिंग इज इंटरेस्टिंग, सद्भावे नहीं अजम सर्वम. And in everything which you see in the world, what is the ultimate truth of all of them? Ultimate truth of all of them is Sadvastu only, that which is unborn, undying, which we were talking from the beginning. Ajam sarvam anurutya jatam naivatu pashyati. That was the thing, no? Upayena nigruniyad vikshiptam kam vogayoho. Sarvam dukkha manasmutya kama bhogat nivartet sarvam ajam anusmutya jatam naivatu pashyati. So here he says, sadbhavena hi ajam sarvam, or everything by its true nature is reality which is unborn, undying. Therefore, uchcheda tena nasti. Of the truth, there is no uchcheda or destruction. So on what this Hetuphalavada superimpose? On Paramatma. What is nature? Neither born nor dying. Therefore, will he be ending him? Uchcheda ho sakta hai unka? Nahi ho sakta. Other than Paramatma, where from the Hetuphalavada came, it only from Samvriti. That is from Avidya. When the Vidya comes, that goes away. So therefore, आपके लिए हम हेतुफलवाद का जिक्र किया. Otherwise, in Parabrahma, neither it is there nor it's required. That's how the question of the Purvapakshi was answered this way in this shloka by the Guru Maharaj. So Samvrutya means Samvaranam, means Samvrutihi, means Avidya Vishaya Laukika Vyavaharaha. The Purvapakshi tries to pull the Vedanti from his standpoint to his standpoint. But Vedanti is very alert about his final standpoint. His final standpoint is in the pure Brahma, it's infinite. There is no Jagat, there is no Vyavahara, Sambhava at all. There is no Jagat, no Vyavahara. Wherever the Vyavahara is there, Vyavaharik Jagat is there, there is a Laukika only. There only this Hetu Phalavada is valid. That is called as Samvriti. Samvritahi means Avidya Vishaya Laukika Vyavahara. Taya samrutya jayate sarvam. Now, become deep in trying to understand. Means what? To be happy and blissful, just be with the self. Self is always there. It need not create anything, it did not become anything. First, hold on to this standpoint. From this standpoint, you look at it. Is there anything required? Not required. Then why are you imagining or creating the entire world? Because you are not sticking to this point. That is called as samvriti. That's called as avidya. And then in all your creation of the world, for your all happiness, happiness to mainly coming from the self only. Otherwise, end only it is. It's a meaningless only the thing. So again, I'll explain. Taya samvrutya jayate sarva means what? Samvrutya jayate in the very layman's लैंग्वेज बताऊं तो बहुत बुरा लगेगा आपको, लेकिन करता हूं मैं। क्या है? बेकार में बेवकूफ के द्वारा क्रिएट किया जा रहा है। दैट इज द मीनिंग ऑफ समृद्धि। व्हाट इज नीडेड इज आनंदम, दैट इज योर ऑलरेडी। Like when sometimes your children ask money, you give them, you invest somewhere, it goes wasted. What do you say to them? तो बेवकूफ है, बेकार में मैं तुमको दिया पैसे, तुमने वेस्ट किया. Don't we use that language? In the same way, forgetting your own Atma Ananda, just you only are projecting the world to get the Ananda. Whatever Ananda you are getting also is from the self only. Because anything other than self is unreal, you're only imagining, you're only projecting. Khamaka. It's just like being at home, you can be happy, but a thought comes, no, let me go for walking and I'll be happy. That's only a thought which pushed you out of the house. Otherwise, if you can cut that thought and stay at home, you're happy only. From that example, try to catch the main point. समृद्धिया जायते खामखा उसका जन्म कर रहे हो तुम. You are all unnecessarily. In this way, in this world, everything is unwanted and unnecessary only. But we don't agree to that. Why don't we agree? Because that subtle knowledge that I am blissful self and what everybody seeks is bliss, I am also seeking bliss. I'm already that. That knowledge is not there. Therefore, in the absence of the self knowledge, which is from time immemorial, then consequent taking myself as individual, I went on making this habit of something is required, therefore it has to be either bought it or purchased or created or manifested, something or the other. If we can crack that, the puzzle, we will be freed from the bondage of the world. Heta Falabhata means as a self, you don't need anything. You are already in Brahma Ananda. Anything else you become, then it is a samvriti, and in that you need to create so many things. Like Brahmadeva, by himself is Parabrahma. From Parabrahma Sthiti, when he came as Brahmadeva, which is actually unreal, but a manifestation has appeared, imagination, then he is given a job of creation, then he needs knowledge, he needs the material, he needs the data of the jivas and their prarabdha, therefore what body should be created. ये सब कहाँ से आया? ये सब ब्रह्मदेव के जीवन में क्यों आए ये सब? When he slipped from his absolute self. सो टू इंद्रादि देवता एवरीवन. नाउ उनका एग्जाम्पल इसलिए दिया कि हमारा भी ऐसा ही है. आई टेल यू इन्हें उर्दू हिंदी मिलाकर कि ये जरूरतें कहाँ से पैदा हुए हैं. इनकी जरूरत नहीं है. इस विषय को नहीं जानने से ये जरूरतें पैदा हुई. एवरीथिंग जरूरत ना हो इसलिए हम भाग ही रहे दुनिया में, कर ही जा रहे. समृद्धिया जायते सर्वम, एवरीथिंग इज समृद्धि ओनली. समृद्धि मीन्स बेकार में बेवकूफी से बनाना. नहीं चाहिए था, कोई नहीं चाहिए. I know, like a child gives up everything and goes to mother only for his real happiness. In the same way, the highly matured individual in his intellectual apprehensions and all understanding, he gives up everything and goes back to the root or the self only, and there only he'll find happiness. So, what is the crux of this discussion? कि I am already bliss self, I am already the nature of bliss. Let me discover it in me, let me establish in me. इससे बढ़कर उत्तम और कोई प्रयास नहीं है, और कोई साधना नहीं है, और कोई अचीवमेंट नहीं है. Anything else is samvriti, and in that you only create phala and hetu, and you're only struggling from one karma to the other, one loka to the other, one indulgence to the other, then all of them ending in emptiness only again. Ultimately, we are finding ourselves empty. But when you know the self, you are full. So his question is, are you accepting samvrutti hetu phalabadha as if that real, because you're talking about it in the Paramatma, it is not there. Only in the absence of Paramatma anubhuti, but as avidya mein, which is called as samvrutti here. Samvrutti means samvyak varnam. You have only chosen. That samvrutti is called as the avesha in the earlier sloka. हेतुफल आवेश. So आवेश रूपी समृद्धि से हेतुफल का acceptance हुआ. Actually, neither it is required nor it is there. Neither it is required nor it is there. But you can imagine. These are the few places we have to correct our understanding. Huh? What is that? It is not required, but still it is there. That is the subtlety you have to catch. So too, the world is seen, but still it is not there. Just like sunrise is seen, but still it is not rising. Is it not? Like this is how the Vedanta. Like with the eye you are seeing colors and forms, but still there is no color and form, because what is there is Paramatma, which is beyond colors and forms. The ability to believe which is not seen, and ability to disbelieve what is seen on the strength of higher logic, is called as spiritual growth. It's like doing seva without expecting, loving others without asking for reciprocation. Is it not? Giving others respect without feeling yourself of ego. जैसे ये साधनाएं हैं which are to be done, so to at the intellectual level also we must slowly evolve in this understanding. सर्प नहीं है तो भी दिखता है लेकिन सत्य नहीं है. In the same way, in the pure Brahman, Hetupala are not there. But then if you choose, you can. If it is really there, it would have not gone. If it had not gone, there should not be even one Atmagnani also. Because Hetupal gaya hi nahi usko. In fact, actually, whoever are trying to rise above Hetupala and enter into Brahma, all of them are able to reach out. Therefore, what is reality is Brahma, not Hetupala. Hetupala is our insistence, Avesh. Hope you are understanding what is Hetu and Phala. Hetu means Dharma, Dharmakya, Karma, with all the planning, taking my Sankalpa as a Karta. And Phala is the result of it, of Sukha Dukkha, through some or the other means, in one or the other place, in one or the other body. That's called Janma Varana Samsara. Hetu Phalavad means Janma Varana Samsara. And for that only the entire world. World is there for me to have a birth, and for me to go through my life's experiences, and finally I disappear in this world only. इसको हेतु फलवाद कहते हैं. ये सब अपने समृद्धि से है, otherwise they are not there. So he says, तया समृत्या जायते सर्वम. तेना, because of that, अविद्या विषये शाश्वतम नित्यम न अस्ति वै. Remember, in the अविद्या विषय, अविद्या से जनित जो भी है, उसमें कोई भी विषय शाश्वत नहीं है. Because avidya itself is not shashwat. It's a question of having vidya. The moment you have the vidya gone, then avidya janita hetupalavada also gone. So not very permanent it is. Then ataha means for this reason. From this standpoint we said, what is that? Utpatti vinasha lakshana samsaraha ayataha iti uchyate. Now be subtle here. So the samsara ka lakshani utpatti vinasha. Continuously it's born and it is dying. And we added a word, it becomes endless. When we said it endless, why did we say? To convert your attention toward the Paramatma. And it is fact, when the truth as it is not, so, like if you don't know the rope as rope, then how long will be the snake and fear of snake? How long? Ayataha, as long as you don't know the rope. The example of snake in the rope here, Janma Marana Lakshana Samsara. Now it becomes subtle little. Janma Marana Samsara jo hai, कि I am a Jiva, I am born in a Deha. And in every Deha, when I am born, at every stage, I am again getting newer and newer forms. And in each of the particular stage, so many activities I am doing. Like a child, the childish play. I have become youth, youth all the nalakpan. And the middle-aged person, the responsible works. The senior citizen, the relaxation of work. तो इतना सारा जब सब हो रहा है ना, ये सब भी as long as you entertain the Heduphala, they are actually not there. Ayata. Ayat means what? In this way, every time you are born somewhere or the other, you keep on doing the Heduphala if you are not attending to real self. That's what we meant. Ayata means लंबा खींचता जाएगा. पर लाखों जन्म भी इवन सृष्टि सृष्टि लया होने के बाद भी फिर से नया सृष्टि में भी वन कैन कंटिन्यू टू बे बाउंड जीवावित हेतु फलवाद अतः उत्पत्ति विनाश लक्षण संसार आयतः इति उच्यते. So the entire world of utpatti, something is created, and by the time you get it, it becomes vinasha, then you become so dukkha. हर एक चीज जगत में उत्पत्ति हो रही है, विनाश हो रहा है. ये उत्पत्ति विनाश के पीछे पकड़ना संसार है. In that, some things you want to become utpatti, some things you want to continue and grow, some things you want vinash. Like दोस्तों का you want उत्पत्ति, उन दोस्तों का प्यार you want to continue, एंड उनका विनाश नहीं चाहते हो. बट दुश्मन है, आप उनका उत्पत्ति चाहते ही नहीं हो. अगर उत्पन्न हो गए तो वे लंबा टाइम नहीं होना चाहते हैं. अगर आई भी है तो शत्रु नाश होना चाहिए, हम चाहते हैं. I'm just giving an hypothetical example. Utpatti Vinasha is called samsara. In the Atma, there is nothing other than him. देखो ना शत्रु ना मित्र. मित्र का जन्म, शत्रु का मरण, दोनों का चाहत नहीं होगा. Otherwise, you go on putting. I gave an example, Shatru Mitra. So to the other things. Utpatti means gaining the conveniences. Vinasha means removing of the inconveniences. Is it not? Utpatti means gaining the money. Vinasha means removal of poverty. Utpatti is gaining the health. Removal of Vinasha means removal of the unhealth or ill health. इस जगत में हम जो हम चाहते हैं उसका उत्पत्ति चाहते हैं, और जो नहीं चाहते हम उसका नाश चाहते हैं. Is it not? This is all samsara. All of us are running behind utpatti vinasha only. And in that utpatti vinasha, the hetu phalavada is there. किसी का उत्पत्ति होना है कि तो ये हेतु होना चाहिए. That utpatti is taken as phala. So too, कोई विनाश होना है, if something, then there is a hetu here. The vinasha is called as phala there. Then we do the hetu. So hetu phala yukta, utpatti vinasha yukta samsara will be endless. And in that only we are all so much fully engrossed that we can't even imagine that there is something, the pure self, which is so infinite, that in that there is no phala required, therefore hetu required not there, therefore there is nothing to be utpanna, there is no need of any destruction also. ऐसा कोई स्थिति है करके हम सुनने को भी तैयार नहीं. That much we are caught up in samsara. What is samsara? Utpatti vinasha swarupa. What is the utpatti vinasha is happening of the hetu phala? So for hetu phala rupa, utpatti samsara rupa, utpatti vinasha rupa samsara. Every moment it is happening. Utpatti vinasha. You want a good coffee, उत्पत्ति हो गया. खा पी लिया तो विनाश हो गया. Yeah, you want good things to be utpanna, unwanted to be vinasha. And for the utpatti of the good thing, you do some hetu. For the vinasha of bad thing also, you should some hetu. So we are continuously in other words, the life of papa punya for the sake of sukha dukkha. And to get the result of that, we are getting janma, and it can't be permanent for marana. In between, because of all these things that are done, we are going through all the pairs of opposite of sukha dukkha. भगवान says यहाँ कि संसारा आयत इति उच्यते. This is the half of the portion is said. We have not said from the absolute standpoint the presence of Hetu Phalavada. It is from Samvruti. It's an insistence of yours. Therefore, you want something called as Phala, you do something for it called as Hetu. That is called samsara. And if you hold on to that with your own avesha, it will never end down. So, what are the two mistakes we are doing? First level, three mistakes. First level, we are forgetting our own absolute self. First mistake. Second is what? We are doing the Phalavada and Hetuvada. And then we are becoming cause for the Janma of the Samsara. Samsaric vastus are all the relativities. इन दैट चक्कर वी आर फॉर दिस टू वेरी डीपली अंडरस्टूड है. ऐसे कहने से नहीं होता है. हाँ मतलब खुद को सोचना है कि व्हाट एम आई एक्चुअली अकॉर्डिंग टू शास्त्र आई एम द प्योर सेल्फ. बट व्हाई अगेन एंड अगेन माई उत्पत्ति एंड विनाश इज हैपनिंग? बिकॉज देयर इज सम फलाशक्ति, देयर इज सम हेतु फॉर इट. Because the Phalavada and Hetuvada, Utpatti Janma of mind is happening every moment, that I am born as a doer of that work, enjoyer of this result, doer of that work, enjoyer of that result. Is it all required? Such a drama of the physical activity, the mental emotional activity, the intellectual planning activity. Is this so much required to be happy? ये तो संसार है, नहीं चाहिए. You just be happy. In fact, at higher level, ये उपाधियों की भी जरूरत नहीं. In fact, they are obstructions only. Manobuddhyadi upadhis, Dehendriyadi upadhis are a big obstruction to my own being, to discover my own self. So I talked about Hetu Phalavada because Samvrti, not real. What is reality? Paramartha Sadbhavena tu Ajam Sarvam. From the Paramartha Sadvastu Drushti, Ajam Sarvam, everything is unborn. What is unborn? Atma Eva. From the absolute truth standpoint, everything is the true self, which is Ajam, Ajaram, Avyayam, and then Avinashi. Is it not? ये सारा याद रखो. परमार्थ रूप में वही है. दिस इज द मेन वेदांतिस्ट थॉट. वो आप मेरे को भुलवा रहे हो मेरे प्यारे, मैं तो इसको पकड़ के रखा हूं. तुम्हारे लिए मैंने हेतु बलवाद बताया, नॉट टू कैंसल माई पॉइंट. परमार्थ तत्व परमार्थ सद्भावेन तु अजम सर्वम आत्मा एव यस्मात्. Therefore, from this another result comes. What is that? Ataha jati abhavatu. Paramatma is ajama. From his nothing is born. Therefore, uchcheda tena na asti vai. Therefore, there is a nasha also. So, there are only two simple standpoints. From the Paramatma Sadbhava, from the Samvrti Bhava. From the Paramatma Sadbhava, the Paramatma is Atma, which is Ajara Amara. When the Ajara Amara, it has not got anything as born. Therefore, where is the Uchcheda of it? So, birth नहीं है तो जन्म नहीं है, उच्छेद नहीं है तो मरण नहीं. कोई जन्म मरण ही संसार है. So, in the pure self, there is no janma, no marana. But where are the janma marana of samsara? Only in your own hetu phalavada yukta samvrti only, avidya only. इसको और लैंग्वेज के लैंग्वेज लगाना है तो as long as you want, you can be bound in the samsara of taking birth and dying for the sake of hetu and phala. जितना चाहिए उतना करते जाओ और and there's any day you can retrieve from it and reach to the atma, which is neither born. Therefore there is no janma of anything. When janma ही नहीं है तो उसका मरण कैसा होगा? तो जन्म मरण रहित आत्मा में आप पहुंच सकते हैं. कभी भी नहीं पहुंचे तो samvriti acts, avidya acts. Then you will project some result expected, then you project some action to be done to get that result. Then karta, karma phala prapti, karma phala bhoga, then that gives more impression. Then that becomes a habit. That's what all of us are living. But very tough to even digest it. Only at the Mandukya level one can understand. Ataha jati abhavat uchchedah tena nasti vai. कस्यचित हेतु फलादे ही अर्थ. इन द सुप्रीम आत्मा हेतु फल का जन्म भी नहीं है, नाश भी नहीं है. इफ एट ऑल जन्म नाश ऑफ द हेतु फलवाद इज देयर, इट इज ओनली इन द संवर्ण और अविद्या क्षेत्र. सो अविद्या में ही संसार का जन्म, संसार में जीव का जन्म, फिर जीव का संसार में मरण, फिर से जन्म लेना गोज ऑन. इन द प्योर सेल्फ neither world created nor jiva created nor the samsara nor mukti. That is the meaning of this shloka. Now, even the jivas or any objects required by the jiva are continuously seen to be projected in the world by nature or by human beings. Like for my own sustenance, a lot of the fruits and vegetables are grown by themselves, or I am myself making. Or many other amenities required for me of the comforts, luxuries, all of them are created. So creation is going on. लगातार आपको दिख रहा है ना, इसका क्या पोजीशन है? Both the jiva bhavas, jivas, even the atma tattvas, as well as the variety of objects. Now, in this shloka, neither atma is born because it's brahma, it is never, it doesn't require to be born, nor the jiva is born because pseudo fellow. Therefore, for the jiva only the upadhis and the objects are required. Jiva himself is unborn or unreal. How can they are all real? This is how in this shloka, from the absolute standpoint, that and that and that and that alone is there, is being explained. जीवों का भी जन्म नहीं हुआ, जीवों के अंदर चित्त का भी जन्म नहीं हुआ, और चित्त में संकल्प का जन्म नहीं हुआ. संकल्प के कारण बहुत सारे हेतु हैं, मीन्स डूइंग द एक्शन इज नॉट बॉर्न, एंड फ्रॉम दैट द बर्थ ऑफ द फला हैज नॉट कम, एंड देयर इज नो इंडल्जेंस इन देम टू बिकम सुखी. Like example of you dream you take. So in the dream you can see the birth is there, an individual. Then he is growing. Then he is going to school, college, education. Then he is getting all the objects, friends, and salaries. Then he becoming enjoying all of that. Now, from the waiting standpoint, the entire thing is not real. The person born is also not real. He has gone to school, college, not real. He got a good job, is not real. He's got lot of money he has earned, वो भी not real है. Suddenly in some investment, every money has gone. Therefore, he became utterly poverty. वो भी सत्य नहीं है वहाँ. Do you understand this from the example of dream? In dream, which was appearing everything as real, from the waking standpoint, every aspect is unreal. The dreamer in the dream must be thinking also, should I do my engineering or my MBBS? He consults, he goes to the people who can counsel him or who can do that. In that counseling, he really, with the question and answer, he may even come to the conclusion, medicine, engineering, both time लेता है, cost होता है. Nowadays, architectural work is going on better, so let me become architect. In dream. And he will really join that college of architecture. He really gets all PG degree also. You can have all that dream. And you are posted in a great project of the nation only, in big project. So you have become very famous. एकदम उठ गए, उसमें से कौन सा रियल है दसो? Now, in this way, from the absolute standpoint, the individual and total worlds of inner and outer, all of them are born out of samvritti. They're actually not real. That is what you have to catch. Okay? एब्सोल्यूट रियलिटी इज ओनली परमात्मा. उनमें अब एक बार गफलत शुरू हो गया, गफलत उनमें नहीं, मतलब उनको नहीं जानने से, then there is an endless of projection. Like if you go, don't take gold as gold, how many ornaments you can imagine on the gold? It is endless. Ornaments कहो, नाम रूप कहो. Are you understanding? If the gold is not accepted as a gold, in that you can project, imagine millions of forms. इज इट नॉट? यू कैन मेक कुर्सियां, दरवाजे बना सकते हो, ग्रिल्स बना सकते हो, नट एंड बोल्ट एंड स्क्रू, तुम्हारे ग्राइंडर बना, कुछ भी चाहो आप, अपना रेफ्रिजरेटर, एवरीथिंग यू कैन मेक आउट ऑफ गोल्ड. हाउ मेनी फॉर्म्स कैन बी मेड इन द गोल्ड? मिलियन, इनफाइनाइट. सेम वे इन द ट्रुथ, हाउ मेनी थिंग्स यू कैन इमेजिन? You can imagine million. That's what you are doing. So the avidya of the self, that is beyond all that, is giving an avenue and causing for the imagination of all this. Now, in this last 15-20 shloka study, or even the entire Karika study, एक बात हम कल भी कंक्लूजन में कह रहे थे, उसको पकड़ लेना. What is that? The world is appearance. It is not real. Reality is Paramatma only. From Paramatma, world did not come as it is created. On Paramatma, it is imagined on the level of avidya. Whatever you see in the world, the stulata, the sukshmata, all of that are imagined. See, most of us are imagined by Ishvara. It's called Ishvara Srushti. But it is also his imagination only. And in that, we create our own Srushti. It's called Jiva Srushti. In Parabrahma, Srushti is Asambhava. But Ishvara does his own Srushti. The total world is not our creation. Remember, it is Ishvara Srushti. In that, we create our own Srushti. Or while Ishvara is creating Srushti, we give our own order. So according to us, a Srushti is made. Or we are sent to that place where we own the Srushti around. Like एक बड़ा apartment बन रहा है and you are one of it. So your flat also the same fellow makes it and you ask for your own choice of interiors and design. बना के आपको दे देगा. ये आपका जीव सृष्टि है. But total apartment is ईश्वर सृष्टि. Then whoever have their money or their thing, they buy it. Then they stay in that. Then it becomes their Jiva Srishti. They again make all the changes or put all the things according to their own choice. ये सब क्या हो रहा है? वेदांत. What is Vedanta? Only one thing. Vicharana Pradhana. In Vedanta, there is no work of mind. There is no work of senses. There is no work of the Deha. It is only work of the intellect. Never forget this one. The intellectual work of analysis is the path of Vedanta, where it slowly tells us about the reality of the real self, about the mithyatma of the entire world. Now, all this, what we are studying, would have become more fruitful if right from the beginning we have thoroughly studied all the earlier Karikas, because this is built on them only. That's why earlier Karikas are sometimes repeated here. That's what the first time we are doing. Second, third time when we study, we'll take the entire text into our mind. Then according when we think, we will be able to understand. So when the padas are used, you must become deep in understanding. Padas are what? Hetu and phala. Immediately hetu means dharma, dharmadi, karma. Phala means sukha, dukkhadi in various bodies. In the pada side, you should be able to understand what is meant here. So here also dharma iti jayante te na tattvataha janma mayopamam tesham sacha maya na vidyate dharmaya iti jayante te na tattvataha janma mayopamam tesham sacha maya na vidyate. Those are very sublime thoughts. So dharmaha. So this dharmaha is a word used for three things. One is Atmavastu, second is Chitta, third all the Bahya Vastus. Listen it, then you will understand slowly. So dharma ye jayante iti katyate. Now all these vastus are created, chitta vrittis are created, the atma also is created. If at all you say jayante te na tattvataha. They are actually not born. Now this is a conclusion of what is studied earlier. Again, only two things. One is the Jagat cannot be without Atma. Okay? Therefore, what is the cause of Jagat? Atma. Atma is such one which is Ajam, Nirvikalpam, Avyayam, Ajaram, Amaram. It can neither be died, nor can be born, nor can be modified from within. Therefore, first of all, self, is it born? No, it is eternally there. Can it become something else? No, it is because immutable, it cannot become. Therefore, from it, did anything come? Did not come. Therefore, where from the entire world is coming? From the Atma. From the Atma, can anything come? No. Therefore, where is the position of, what is the position of the world? It is not there at all. This is the logic. This one very sublimely you have to think. Entire world of names and forms are from Paramatma. And what is Paramatma? Is eternal, immutable, changeless, birthless, deathless. They were from the changeless, birthless, deathless, immutable Atma. Anything can come? No. Therefore, what is the position of the world? Only seen but not real. Only seen but not real. Only seen but not real. This is what we have to stick to. This is the conclusion which you have to keep in our heart. And then, what are the reality given earlier, you have to keep on dropping. When you drop the reality given to the world, you can see their influence goes on going away from us. Then the mind becomes absolutely calm and quiet and pure. With that calm and pure, quite pure mind, you can really inquire the self, which is Ajaram Amarama, and that we discover as ourselves. At that time, the experience is what? I am the Brahma, which is unborn, unmutable, unchangeable, undecaying, undying. And in me, there is no thing other than me. That experience will come. That's called Mukta Sthiti. Now क्या हो रहा है? In that Paramatma, Jagat is imagined. Among the Jagat, one Deha is imagined. To that imagined Deha, there is identification is happening, and with that identity, all other things are taken as separate from me. And according to the separation, I am imagining the Shatru and Mitra, and with Raga and Dvesha, I am indulging in variety of Sankalpa and action, and I myself invoking the result for which I myself am ordering, demanding my rebirth again in different bodies at different places. So much of Gaflat we are doing. Vedanta eradicates all that and says you are Brahma, there is no Jiva in you, nor you need to do any karma, nor you need to go any world for any karma phala to be bound there. That is you. This is the meaning of this beautiful mantra. Dharma ye iti jayante te na tatvatah. Then Janma, Tesham Janma, Maya Upamam. Their Janma is only Maya ke saman hai ya Maya se hai. Sacha Maya na vidyate. And in the absolute self, the Maya is not there. These 5-6 days, what we are studying, really crux. If we can really enter. Entire world is created with the Maya. Maya is not there in Paramatma. When you know Paramatma, there is no Maya, there is no Maya Janita Jagat. When you don't know the Paramatma, from that ignorance Maya comes, it creates the Jagat. And this is endless, is eternal, till you discover the self. And just like the person takes the snake as so real and gets so much frightened and tells all the people also, कि इतना बड़ा सांप मैंने देखो देखो देख सुनने वाले भी मान लेते हैं कि इसकी बात को बिकॉज ऑफ फेस वैल्यू. But how much ever they accept his words or he tells them convincingly, when the light comes or when the light is put on the snake, what he will see is only the rope. That's so in our life also, in so many cases, just small examples में कि we do something very funny thinking that is good, बाद में हम खुद ही अपने जीव को चबा के कहते हैं यार मैं खुद ही मिसगाइड किया अपने आप को, आपको भी मिसगाइड किया, माफ करो. Don't we say so many times? Some hype we do, and we inspire others also. And all of them, when they come for it, then what you thought of doing is it is absolutely absurd only. Then we say sorry to them. As it happens in a miniature form every day, in the totally it is happening. Self alone is real. Unnecessarily on him, the entire world is as if imagined and taken as if real. And through that, we are trying to get sukha. We are not getting, and every moment we are getting disappointed and we are feeling sorry. But are we going back to the self with every sorrow? No, we are trying to manipulate here only. That is the consistency of. That is the meaning of the word which is used in the earlier sloka called as long time के लिए वो होता है. He said no. He सद्भा सर्वं उच्चेदन तेन नास्ति वै what is that? तेन अविदेशं अतः उत्पन्न आयतः. The ayata word which is used by Shankara, the meaning of that is this. Dharmayati jayante jayante tena tattvataha janma mayopamam tesham sachamaya na vidyate. Now we'll see the bhashya. Ye api atmanaha, the real selves. Selves are not many, but so many people we are discussing about. सबकी बात हो रही है. Like in every of the jiva, there is a self, no? That self is not two, it's one without second. That is absolute truth. Before reaching to that, at a lower level, बता रहे हैं कि the selves which are there in everyone, atmanaha, anyecha dharmaha, and then the selves and the selves which own करते हैं जो चित्त इत्यादि है, वो चित्त को भी यहाँ धर्म कहते हैं. धर्माः जायन्ते इति कल्प्यन्ते, which are imagined to be created, ते इति एवं प्रकाराः यथोक्ताः संवृत्तिः. This is the highest thought. What is that? What we mentioned as Samruti word in the earlier shloka is the acceptance of birth of the Jiva from the Atma, or birth of the Atma as the Jiva. Then Jiva will have Antakarana, then Antakarana will have Sankalpa Vikalpa, then Sankalpa Vikalpa gets fulfilled through some activity. And to do this activity, you need the gross material. That gross material also materialized, not reality. See these two words that महात्मा ने मेटेरियलाइज किया. अरे मेटेरियलाइज नहीं करना है यार, स्पिरिचुअलाइज करना है मैटर को. You understand these two words, spiritualizing and materializing. The entire world is materialized from the spirit. Now we have to spiritualize every matter in the knowledge. Now, one definition is given here for samvriti. What is samvriti? Self is born. This misconception is samvriti. Self is unborn. Self is born as the chitta. That also is samvriti, because self is never born as chitta. In the chitta, aham vritti born, and it is illuminated, and he becomes jiva. वो भी samvriti ही है. Then the jiva getting identified with the dehadi, that also is unreal actually, but samvriti के कारण वो भी लग रहा है ऐसा है. It's like in any movie. Once he is named as a hero, which is not so. It is samvriti. He's a human being only, but he can have the natakam ability as God. Therefore, he is made as a hero that movie. Once that samvriti of first one happens, that is, everything else, इसका hair style बदलेगा, इसके कपड़ों का होलिया बदलेगा, his talking, his manners, everything will each of them get absolutely unreal. In reality, it's different. But because an actor is created, which is samvriti, consequently or subsequently after that, all other things are created. He will sing a song, but it is a samvriti se janma hua uska gana. Actually, he's not a singer. People run away when he sings. He makes all the dances. He's not a natural dancer, but his choreography say he temporarily learned those steps and is putting. And he is not as cruel as he is in the movie if he's he's a villain there. But that is samvriti. And so to hero is as not noble as he is in the movie. He is the pakka chor idhar. So to other characters in that. And their dresses, their talk, and their mutual discussion. And then their whatever the enmity they have, love they have. Sara ja mirchi masala. What is true in that? Nothing. Then everything is born. From where? Samvriti. What is meaning of born from Samvriti? Though it is unreal, but still appearing as existing or appearing as real is called Samvriti. Thank God we have this movie, etc., to explain these Vedantic thoughts. The dream and the movie, and those days the Jadugar, Aindrajalika. Swapna, Maya or Indrajala or Chalachitra. These are the three solid examples for us. First, to give us an understanding that a thing can be seen but need not be true. Truth cannot be seen unless the untrue is transcended. The seen, when it is transcended, then only the unseeable self can be experienced. These two we have to be convinced first. What is that? सब दिख रहा है, इसका जरूरत नहीं कि सत्य है. सत्य तो दिखता नहीं क्योंकि वो आत्मस्वरूप है. So here we say samvriti is explained now. What is samvriti? नहीं है लेकिन फिर भी दिखना है. बर्थ नहीं हुआ उसका लेकिन जन्म हुआ ऐसा लगना. Self is not born from the self anyway. Self is created the chitta, or chitta is God created by the self. In the chitta only one aham vritti. That aham is now me. This real me is only in hetuphalavada, is only in samvriti, is only because of hetuphala avesha. Do with all these things, the self is never changed. Like in the water, you are there. With your avesha, you just push the water, pull the water. Then it gets sprinkled, it becomes like a wave, and sometimes waves rise up. अपने आवेश आप कुछ भी करो, Water is remaining as water only always. In the same way, we, because of samvriti followed by the Hetuphalavada, have become the cause for the Utpatti and Pralaya called as samsara. The samsara, the cause of which is Utpatti Pralaya, cause of which is Hetuphala, cause of which is this samvriti called avidya, all of them are not real. They will go when the self is apprehended. That is the meaning here. So, na te tattvataha paramarthata jayante. They are all samvritya jayante, paramarthata na jayante. Na jayate. Everything like that. Like I am a speaker. No, this samvritya speaker is jayate. But tattvataha ham speaker na asmi. In the self, there is no speaker or speech required only. But in my insistence that I must be a speaker, Hetu Phalavesha. The Phalavesha is what? When I speak on Shastra, people will get benefit out of it. I can do the Shastra and Guru Seva. These are all called a Phalavesha, Shruti Mata Seva. Therefore, I become a Hetu, I am a speaker. To that, I have to study and I have to come and explain. ये सब मेरे आत्मा में नहीं है. In the self, they are neither there nor required. But I give the Bala to Hetu Phala called as Avesha. Then the creation of the speaker, as long as the class is there, after that is destroyed. Again, speaker is born in the evening. Again, after 2-3 hours, he will be destroyed. Utpatti Pralaya, Utpatti Pralaya. In the pure self, they are not there. But as long as I choose, I continue speaker. Even not only today, but tomorrow. Not only this month, next month. Not only this year, next year. Not only this life. Every life I can become speaker. Speaker can become speaker. Singer can become singer. Dancer is dancer. इन ब्राह्मण ब्राह्मण क्षत्रिय वैश्य शूद्र ये सब समृद्धि से जन्मित हेतु फल से आवेशित जन्म नाश है. इसमें कोई जितना भी आप देखो अल्टीमेटली सत्यता नहीं. This is not an ordinary discussion. This is not an ordinary understanding. It is supra and super. It is final. It is. That's the power of Bhagavan's Maya that he has Ananta Koti Brahmandas he imagined. So too that's the power of Avidya in me. I can also plan so many identities to myself and plan so many activities, so many relativities and keep on involving in them for eternity. ये मेरी अपनी माया की शक्ति है अविद्या की. How tough it is to catch unless we become very quiet and sublime while listening. And what is listened, when we translate into our own self, then we will feel ki what is said is like this. यत् पुनः तत् संवृत्या जन्म तेषां धर्माणां यथोक्तानां यथा मायया जन्म. What in actual self, Janma is not there. If at all you see the Janma, that is all because of Maya. Then Tatha Tat Mayopamam Pratyetavyam. Therefore, accept all these are Mayopamam only. It's like Maya, it's not in reality. Like in the Akasha, when the clouds are there, you do the Gandharva Nagari, it's a Maya. Even on the sand, also different idols make different murti, it's a Maya. अभी देखो ऑस्ट्रेलिया कौन से देश में whatever, so much of ice flow, ice fall, then they all made thousands of murtis of different shapes. It has become big picnic spot only, but it's all Maya. When you understand these examples, in the same way, the solar system, the nine planet, the earth, in the earth, whatever you see, the flora and fauna, जितना भी आपको दिख रहा है ना, ये सब परमात्मा ही है. परमात्मा इस रूप में दिख रहे हैं हमारे चॉइस के कारण. अदरवाइज नन ऑफ देम आर रियल नॉर दे आर क्रिएटेड. माया उपमम तेषाम. And now the question he asks, माया नाम वस्तु तर्हि, ये सब माया से निर्मित हो रहा है, मतलब माया एक वस्तु है इसका मतलब. Then also your Advaita is disturbed. No, 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 no. Siddhanta sacha maya na vidyate. In the absolute truth, that's not Maya is not there. How did the dream came from the Maya? Is that Maya real? No, because in the waking plane that Maya is not there. What is Maya? That which forgets, makes me forget I am waker and creates a dream and makes me bound by the dreamer. Bound as a dreamer. Get bound as. That's the Maya. And in the waker, there is never a dreamer. Maya imagined. And when you wake up, there is no dream, there is no Maya there. There is no dream as so imagined or real. सा च माया न विद्यते सा च माया न विद्यते वै माया इति अविद्यमानस्य आख्या इति अभिप्रायः. Maya means a non-existing cause. That is what is the name of Maya. In Maya also not there. इतना मुश्किल होता है देखो दिमाग लड़ाने में, इसको समझने में. That is what we are trying. Today you may not, but after few more days or months when you regularly listen, slowly the intellect settles in the understanding. Then that understanding, when we live LIV, then we transcend all the Nama Rupa, Hetu Phala, Janma Marana, Sukha Dukkha. Then we reach to that Atma Anubhuti. And it alone is there. Only that Anubhuti. Is it not? Wherever in the world also, when you go from multitude or manyness, you start coming to the oneness. लाइक समुद्र में बीच में जाते जाते सिर्फ पानी पानी दिखता है. गो टू द आकाश, थोड़ा ऊपर जाओ सिर्फ आकाश आकाश ही दिखता है. डीपली एंटर टू जंगल, ओनली पेड़ पेड़ दिखते हैं. गो टू स्नो क्लैड माउंटेन, ओनली स्नो 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 दिखता है. In the same way, go to the tattva, the self alone is there. All of these things, how much ever they appear to be tangible or real or touchable or talkable, seeable, all of them are in the relative world only, not in the absolute. That is the puzzle we have to crack. That's called Vedanta. And that happens. And all starts from Naham Dehosmi. Wahan se shuru karo, tab hoega. With the holding on to Deha as me, we will only live as Dehi and Jiva, worried about the Stula Vastus and Sukha Dukha with the Deha. Such person never can become spiritual. स्पिरिचुअलिटी के लिए कुछ बेसिक चीजें होते हैं. विवेक वैराग्य, देहादित आदत में राहित्य, अंतर्मुखता, then सूक्ष्मता, एकाग्रता, श्रद्धा in the shastras, logic. These are the few minimum things. Unless we have, we cannot deeply understand what Vedanta is saying when it says Brahman alone is real. Jagat was never there, is also not there now, in the future also. Adavante cha nasti, vartamane vittat tatha. Vitatai sadrushaha, avittataiva lakshitaha. Only the highly evolved intellects can crack the present to say that it is a presence of Paramatma in it. There is no, even the present में the world are perceived by me. जो जगत में देख रहा हूँ नहीं. Very few people reach to that. Rare. But at our level, at least intellectually we apprehend, even in the present world when we are there, too much reality value when we don't give it. कम से कम संसार घटेगा थोड़ा. वेदांत कैन बी यूज एट ऑल लेवल्स. संसार को घटाने में भी, मन को शांत करने में भी, दुनिया में सबको निपटने में भी, निपटना मतलब मैनेज करने में भी, एंड फाइनली टू डिस्कवर द सेल्फ एंड रियलाइज इन ऑल एस्पेक्ट्स वेदांत यूजफुल. Ultimate use of Vedanta is discovering the eternal happiness of Brahmasmi. Even at the Vyavahara level, when these logics click to us, like when everything is in on my own mind, when this become pakka to you, you don't give value to the gross things, then samsara is no more there. And it's a fact also, higher fact, subtler fact. So too, everything is because my likes and dislikes. When you do it and drop the likes and dislikes, entire samsara is gone. When we know that everything is projected because of my vasanas, and when you reject the vasanas, there's no projection only. ये सब व्यवहार में फायदे की बात है ना. In this, we're not talking about the tattva and reality and realization. Vedanta cuts asunder. That's why उपनिषद का तीनों अर्थ है ना, शैथिल्य, विसरणा, gati, avasadana. It will loosen the samsara. It will reduce or remove the ignorance, and it will take us to the real self. These are the three results of Vedanta. First, Visharana of the samsara. We were holding on to samsara that is so real that I'll be happy only when I get this, that. अरे बेवकूफ, ये सब नहीं है, इतना रियल नहीं जितना तुम सोच रहे हो. थोड़ा वेदांत समझ रहे हो ना, you are no more a samsara. And deeply, if the Vedanta enters, you start laughing and giggling at everything that is happening. Every birth gives you a laugh. Every death gives you a laugh. Every meeting gives you a laughter. Every bereavement also gives you a laughter. Because logically understood, it is not real. Only a logician, a Vedanti can come to that level. And that is the joy of it. Such person is not, तुम नहीं हो तो मैं मर जाऊंगा. He will be emotional fellow. A spiritually evolved person says, मैं रहूंगा तू मर तू आओ या जाओ मैं खुश. If you not you, somebody better than you will come. You are not the only ultimate. Vedanti will not be bound. A true Vedant. He knows you are not there at one time of my life. You entered, and when you enter, it is true, you will go. So what? The Lord will send you. Will send a better one. No? He will not insist. अगर बीवी वाइफ कहती है मानो मैं क्यों जाऊंगी तो चले जाऊंगी. She will be frustrated. Then I will not go. I think if I go, I feel you are more happy. Then I don't want you to be happy. मैं यहीं रहकर मैं तुम्हें दुखी कर दूंगी. He says ठीक है रह जा. मैं जाता हूँ. He will go. Is it not? The joy of Vedanta cannot be surpassed by any other joy. But that should click to us. At the deep level, it should go and remove the unnecessary reality given to the things. You have not experienced the real self. But logically only we have understood the definition of this sloka, that which was not there in the past, not in the future, in the middle also it's only appearing. And the appearances can be millions. They'll come and go. Anything which appears will have to disappear. When you know that and you hold on to that, everything is tamasha only. Everything is ananda. Like when the age becomes 60, slowly the body becomes wrinkled and on. Naturally, a Vedanti will not be bothered. He knows by everybody is going through. This is a process. One day it will fall. Another new young body will come. Non-Vedanti identity Deha, he says, Arey yaar mudha ho raha, main dharo, let me do the cosmetic surgery or cosmic thing. He'll be bound there. Any example? Just 2 examples came I just shared. Even Janma Marana also will not be bothered. He will be in such a way because my prarabdha, I am born in this family. He is very conscious of it. Now I will do such good karma, punya karma, that I will be Suchinam Sinamatam Gehe Yoga Brashto Avijayate. At that level of commanding his activities, he will command his new birth also. You and I don't have commanding because we are doing only wrong things. Therefore, we will be given punishment only by giving such type of suffering bodies, suffering people around. But Vedanti knows the by cause even of the व्यवहार. यहाँ हेतु फलवाद भी उसको समझ में आता है, इसलिए सही फल के लिए वो सही हेतु ही करेगा. Even in the लौकिक जगत, even in the व्यावहारिक जगत, even in the मिथ्या जगत of जन्म मरण, he is very clear. पुण्य करो तो अच्छा देह मिलेगा, तो करते जाएगा वो. And if a bad body came, bad suffers around, he knows it's because of papa, he will not suffer. पाप किया खत्म हो रहा है, so what? I am telling you the benefits of Vedanta from the absolute standpoint as well as even in the relative world also. None can disturb a Vedanta. And a true Vedanta never disturbs anyone also because he has no his own personal selfish gain. These are all Vyavahara mein baat kar raha hu. When he really truly becomes Vedanti, by knowing the ultimate truth on the seat of meditation, his experience is of bliss and liberation. Such person's presence adds to the beauty of the world. उनको रहना ही बस काफी है. He need not do anything else. And if he takes up some work, Ishwarecha, he will mold the masses of the jivas towards spirituality. They are called as the Vivekanandas, the Gurudevs, the Adi Shankaras, etc. That is just we added how the Vedanta helps us. But you have to have the patience to use. And what is Vedanti? Who is a thinker, who is a logical thinker, who thinks logically basing on the Shastra and the Guru. And all that is this. We are given an initiation and introduction. Then we have to take up each sloka and each sentence and we have to totally dissect or totally analyze that sentence. Then our depth of understanding grows. Not like in this class, we are doing little bit, but not sufficiently, satisfactorily. Everyone will have to do as their own homework. अल्टीमेटली समझदारी तो हर एक को आना चाहिए ना, तो खुद करना पड़ता है। नौ ये भी आत्मानः अन्ये च धर्माः जायन्ते इति कल्प्यन्ते ते इति एवं प्रकारा यथोक्ता संवृत्तिः निर्दिश्यते इति संवृत्त्या एव धर्माः जायन्ते। The unborn jivas and dharmas are taken as born. That is called as samvritti. Because of the samvritti only they are born. Nate tattvataha paramarthata jayante. In reality they are not born. Yat punaha tat samvrittya janma tesham dharmanam yatoktanam yatha maya janma tatha tatu mayopamamam pratyetavyam. That's only because of Maya. पूर्व पक्षी माया नाम वस्तु तर्हि न एवं न एवं सा च माया न विद्यते माया इति अविद्यमानस्य आख्या इति अभिप्राय. Now he wants to understand katham mayopamam tesham dharmanam janma iti aha. Can you give an example to say all these are born like Maya? I just want, because thought sometimes becomes clear when an example is given. Okay, don't worry, I'll give you an example. What is that? Yatha maya mayad bijat jayate tanvayonkurah naso nityo na chochedi tadvad dharmeshu yodana. Yatha maya mayad bijat jayate tanvayonkurah naso nityo na chochedi tadvad dharmeshu yodana. Example is so interesting. Again, lucky for us, either in a dream or in a movie. In the movie, the hero with all his group of youngsters has planted so many plants or seeds. Then really the tree came. Then so many fruits came also. He had distributed that fruits to everyone. Now in that, the seed sowing also is Maya. The tree which has come also is Maya. Is it not? The fruits also are Maya. They are being distributed also as Maya or sold. The people have received them. They felt happy. That also is Maya or not. That is the example. Maya Mayat Bijat Maya Maya Ankura Heva Jayate. Now that Nasa Nityaha Nacha Uchedi. Neither the tree or the plant is eternal also, nor you can cut it also. Nacha Uchedi. Not that it is eternally there. तो इटर्नली नहीं है ना, तो देन उसको काट सकते हो ना, ना काट भी सकते हो आप. नित्य भी नहीं है, उच्छेद है भाई, वो है ही नहीं. Okay, the hero has planted plants and the tree came, fruits came. Somehow you didn't like that hero and you want to destroy his whole plants, whatever they are there. Then slowly you go onto the TV screen and cut all the ped or pluck all the flowers or the fruits. Can you do it? What a solid example, Dekho. Will those tree and fruits be eternal? No. Will they get destroyed, or can you pluck the fruit or cut the tree in reality? No. Because बीज भी मायामय था, इसलिए वृक्ष भी फल भी सब मायामय है. Is it not? In the same way, in the Jagra Jagat also, the only difference is little sthulata. And because of too much importance given to the stulata as real, we are not able to crack this subtle thought that everything is Maya. Bhumi Maya hai, the ropai is Maya, the plants coming Maya, the vegetables and all, and they being caught, consumed, all of that also is Maya. Accepting it as Maya alone is rejection of it. Without that, neither they can stay really eternally, nor they can be eliminated. Because for something to remain eternally or to be eliminated, it should substantially stay. But substantially को तो है ही नहीं और reality में. Therefore उसका ना अनंतता है नित्यता, ना उसका उच्छेद भी है. No, to that level of pure self, our Karikakara is living, and from there he is talking. From there he is talking. What are the problems? Hetu Phalavada. Hetu Phalavada comes because of vasanas and dehadi tadatmya. And that is not allowing us to understand subject. That's why vasanas, desires, when they are there, they make our life samsara. then you can never become a contemplative person to think about what is real and what is unreal. Like children in the sand, they make a house, they play with that, they break. What is your दृष्टि towards them? बच्चे लोग बेकार में बना के वो खेल रहे हैं. Why? Because you don't have Falavada in that, but they have Falavada. They are so, they bring the water, they do that. तो really बना रहे हैं वो लोग. For you, is no value. Now you also buy a house or construct a house by ordering all the iron and whatever. Now to an Atmagnani, we are like a children. That we have a Falavada, that I have to have my own house. Then for that I have to do all this hetu. Now why you want the house and all? Because you think you are Deha. और देह को तो देह चाहिए सिक्योरिटी. जब वो घर में मिलता है तो मेरा घर होना चाहिए, तो मैं घर बना सकता हूँ, मेरे पैसे हैं. तो ऑल ऑफ दैट फ्रॉम द ज्ञानी स्टैंड पॉइंट इज ए अविद्याकृत हेतुफलवाद ओनली. Because the self is not a body, it is not affected by the rain, etc. So it doesn't need a house, then it need not construct it. So देहतादात्म्य ज्ञानी को ही एक घर बनाना, घर में रहना सब लागू है ना. Now we continue that Phalavada of to be secured at the body level, then we become responsible to Hetuvada of staying in a house. This is very sublime thing. Our Phalavada created the Hetu. So Hetu Phala created samsara. In the samsara there is continuous janam marana, and that is creating the Jiva Bhava. And as a Jiva through Hetu Phalavada, we are being born in one or the other body and dying. All of them are invalid in the self. That self I am. But are we ready for that Jnana of Atma? नहीं. हमको इसी में खुशियाँ रहे. Of this Hetu Phalavadi will do lot of Yajna Karma, Upasana, and he will be born in the Indraloka, Chandraloka, anywhere he will be. But that all again is Maya only. Like in the dream, you worked hard, you studied well, you attended your own departmental exams. Then from the class 4 straight away, class 3, straight away you came to the class 1. And there you are, your luxurious office, luxurious car, big house is given to you with all this servant, and really you are enjoying that. Sapne mein. And you are called as chief guest to every place. You are going and cutting the ribbon and bringing the scissor at home. देखो भैया, होता है कि नहीं सपने में. बट जितने भी है सब सपना ही है. बट in swapna, from nowhere you can become such a great person of money or position. You can stand for election, you can become councillor, then you can apply MLA, you become MLA, then suddenly you have good work, you are given an MP seat and you won that, then ulta ho gaya, आप MP के रास्ते PM हो गया. You can become PM and you can do all lecture baji, but sub dream. That's how in movies when you see nowadays, he's made as chief minister, he's made as a, हर एक बनाई जा रहे हैं हीरो को. And he really acts like an ideal chief minister only. क्या मजेदार. Just as that much is unreal, just as this dream wala is unreal, this also is unreal. That is called as mukti. And this you will never know unless you know the rope as reality, real rope. So to unless the real self is apprehended on the seat of meditation, the theory that the world is unreal will never be proved. Till that time, you will definitely fall from that and take the world as real. That is why it is called as ayataha. It goes on, goes on, goes on, goes on, goes on. Till you wake up, dream will continue. क्लियर. हम इसका कल देखेंगे भाष्य. यथा माया मया बीजा जायते इत्यादि. ओम ओम. हाँ, पाठ करना है ना. हाँ, नेक्स्ट वन. नाजेषु सर्वधर्मेषु शाश्वताशाश्वताभिधा यत्र वर्णा न वर्णन्ते विवेकस्तत्र नोच्यते. नाजेषु सर्वधर्मेषु शाश्वताशाश्वताभिधा यत्र वर्णा न वर्णन्ते विवेकस्तत्र नोच्यते. नाजेषु सर्वधर्मेषु शाश्वताशाश्वताभिधा यत्र वर्णा न वर्णन्ते विवेकस्तत्र नोच्यते यथा स्वप्ने द्वयाभासं चित्तं चलति माया तथा जाग्रद्वयाभासं चित्तं चलति माया यथा स्वप्ने द्वयाभासं चित्तं चलति माया तथा जाग्रद्वयाभासं चित्तं चलति माया अद्वयं च द्वयाभासं चित्तं स्वप्नेन संशयः अद्वयं च द्वयाभासं तथा जागरण संशयः अद्वयं च द्वयाभासं चित्तं स्वप्नेन संशयः अद्वयं च द्वयाभासं तथा जागरण संशयः स्वप्न दृक् प्रचलन स्वप्ने दिक्षु वैदशु स्थितान् अंडजान से जानव्यापी जीवान् पश्यति सदा स्वप्न दृक् प्रचलन स्वप्ने दिक्षु वैदशु स्थितान् अंडजान से जानव्यापी जीवान् पश्यति सदा स्वप्न दृक् चित्त दृश्यास्ते न विद्यन्ते ततः पृथक् तथा तदृश्यमेवेदं स्वप्न दृक् चित्तमिष्यते स्वप्न दृक् चित्त दृश्यास्ते न विद्यन्ते ततः पृथक् तथा तदृश्यमेवेदं स्वप्न दृक् चित्तमिष्यते. These are the beautiful slokas sorting out. Finishing touches he is giving because we are coming to the end of this Alatha Prakarana as well as entire Upanishad. The entire Upanishad will talk in this sublime language. First to mind blowing hoega, mind boggling hoega. Later on you will start seeing the depth and truth in it when we repeatedly study. Om, 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 Om. Om 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 Om. In our Power Shakti series today, don't underestimate the help of others. Take the help of others also because we are such a small being. We need so many people's help in so many angles. Therefore, so many ways. Take it, whether worldly or spiritually. So to reciprocate the help, thus in coordination, cohesion, outer and inner things we must achieve. There's a power in the other's help. Have the knack to take it and reduce the tensions and burdens of the life. Help of the God through upasanas, help of the Guru by asking questions, help of the parents by getting guidance and blessings, help of the friends, etc. in a gross manner, help of the children, everyone of सबका मदद चाहिए मुझे सबके लिए मैं कृतज्ञ हूँ सबको मैं खुद भी मदद करता हूँ सब मिलकर आगे बढ़ेंगे. Even at the spiritual level also I am telling you a new thing today that it is again not one person's realization. It is the entire totality should evolve. Keeping that in mind only, the great spiritual samstha start where many jivas are together are evolved spiritually. Thus, my spiritual evolution depends on yours. Yours depends on mine. Therefore, while myself evolving, I must also help you by the satsanga or by my own prayers. And when you are doing your upasana anushtana and growing, or your own knowledge of Upanishad understanding growing, it helps me in turn that I can also speak better and higher things. In this way, even in spiritual evolution, there is a mutual help. The whole universal consciousness should grow, awareness should grow. Then only, otherwise, I am growing spiritually, but I am not helping you, it will affect me. हर जगह पे हमको एक दूसरे का मदद लेना है. And by the way, it is an imagination mithya that you and I are separate at any level. Only when we are separate, then we can do whatever we would do individually. From the Deha level, we are not separate because same Panchamahabhutas are made. From the Jiva level, we are not separate because both are mithyas. From the Atma level, we are not separate. And ultimately, even as a Jiva also, whatever Dehendra Manamad we are all getting it from the same Hiranyagarbhar Mahattattva. In what way we are separate? No way. Therefore, we can never be separate in any of our evolutions. We have to be cooperative only. We are not separate from the sun, moon, and stars. Therefore, we have to mutually cooperate. Their cooperation to us is by giving urja energy. Our cooperation help to them is to recognize their presence and offer our prayers. Is it not? Can I be without Surya Bhagavan? No. Can Surya be without me? No. He knows he can't be without us. Therefore, to get our support, he goes on blessing us. And to get his blessings, we also must know his help is required. We do the Argyapadya, then we invoke his blessings. Karodo kilometer dur wala Bhagavan Surya. Remember, the Swara Kutumba is one family. This one solar Kutumba, Saura family, Saura Kutumba, has its connection with the other Surya Kutumbas in the same galaxy. They are mutually related. This one entire galaxy of ours is connected to the other galaxies. That way, the entire cosmos is mutually connected. But this is a very highest level, whether you will catch it or not, I just touch it to say. To that level, we have to lift our understanding, which will happen slowly, 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 not overnight. In that way, none of us are disconnected. Neither in the past nor present and future. All that we are connected. That is why this much also will affect the universe. And whole universal happenings are affecting me. And thus, resisting universal negative happening, I have to help myself, and helping myself positively. My positivity should help for the positive of the universe. That's the outlook. कनेक्टेड, इसलिए एक मैं झूठ बोलूंगा ना तो सबको हर्ट करेगा, एक मैं सत्य कहूंगा वो सबको मदद करेगा. दैट सेंसिटिविटी इज कॉल्ड एज स्पिरिचुअलिटी. And ultimately, what I'll realize so that my presence becomes a help for others also to realize the self. This is the ultimate goal. And to that, for the sake of that, already realized saints are there, gurus are there. Their help I take. उनका मदद लेकर मैं इवॉल्व होता रहूंगा, मेरे हेल्प से दूसरों को इवॉल्व करूंगा. दैट्स व्हाट द होल वर्ल्ड इज हैपनिंग नो. दुनिया में यही तमाशा है, एक दूसरे का मदद कर ही जा रहे, कर ही जा रहे, कर ही जा रहे. One way or the other, each of us are connected to each other, some way or the other. And we are connected one way, we are all staying on one earth only. One period of time only we are staying, that also is connection. इसलिए हम कह रहे हैं, जो थॉट था आज का, हेल्प यू टेक एंड गिव. दिस ऑल आई हैव नॉट एडेड देयर बिकॉज दैट वेरी हेवी, दैट इज फॉर एवरीबॉडी. अब आप स्पिरिचुअल क्लास सुन रहे हो, इसलिए आई बिलीव यू कैन कैच इट, देयरफॉर वी शेयर इट विथ यू. थैंक यू. ओम पूर्णमद पूर्णमिदं पूर्णात् पूर्णमुदच्यते पूर्णस्य पूर्णमादाय पूर्णमेवावशिष्यते. ओम शांति शांति शांति. हरि ओम. श्री गुरुभ्यो नमः. परम ऋषिभ्यो नमः. परब्रह्मणे श्रुतिमात्रे नमः. मंडुकमर्षे गौडपादाचार्यवर्याय आद्य शंकर अस्मद्गुरुभ्यो नमः. तत्सत् ब्रह्मार्पणमस्तु. 5 minutes for Bhashya Parayana.